like to say a few words to you teenagers out there. I hope I caught you between music videos. My message is simple. Stay in school. Stay in school. School gets out at 3:30. Stay an extra hour. Not gonna kill you. Maybe you can go down to the library, open a thick book. You don't have to read it. It just makes an impression. Especially if there's hardly any pictures in it. Believe me, you're a lot better off staying in school than you are going over to a friend's garage and making bombs out of gunpowder and copper pipes. You're not going to lose a finger in the library unless somebody punches you in the nose. Stay in school. Your teachers did, and they're not doing too bad. They get the whole summer off. Stay in school. And now for all you young kids who don't mind wasting time, here's Harold.
Get ready, because here's the part of the show for anyone who's in school. Oh, wait a sec. I don't mean anyone who's in school like right now. Because if you're in school right now, how you watching the show? Gotcha. Hey, okay, so what should we call this? Anyone like who attends school? Alrighty, that's what. Okay, anyway, this week's segment is called Teachers Are People Too. Go on. Okay, see the way I made like the Roman numeral 2? Trey, cool. Almost a metaphor. Creates the suggestion of a sequel, implying previous success. Always thinking. Okay, all right, the bottom line is respect, okay? And respect, my friendlies, is a two-way street, all right? You have to respect the teacher, and the teacher has to respect you. Only, you gotta go first. And the best way I found to earn their respect is once a month, you wash, wax, and vacuum their car. Now, this creates a spirit of cooperation, yes? Although it may not necessarily increase your marks any, but, okay, say like in math, you got like 43, okay? And you just need those 9 more marks to get that 55. Oh, so you're begging and you're pleading and everything. And the teacher says, well, I'll get back to you, won't I? Right there, you see, that's better than a flat no like last time. You may have to wait a while, like up to a month, say, just for some kind of iota of an idea that they're gonna get back to you, just say.
Harold, your math teacher's on the phone.
Oh, this is so cool, because I only need 9 more math marks. Woo! Woo!
More than 9 more feet of cable.
My parole officer says you're never too old to start learning.
He was just trying to sell you his computer.
That's not fair. Where else can you get a Commodore 64 for 50 bucks?
Well, they're free at the dump.
I'm talking about education. Your lack of education can really limit you. Have you ever talked to somebody who knows a whole lot more than you do?
Every time I step through the front door.
Well, the way to correct that is by learning. For example, I know that in the scientific table of elements, the symbol for lead is PB, which stands for plum bum. And when I tell people I know what plum bum means, they just stare at me in awe. Yeah, like that.
Well, okay, no, education is important, but experience is a pretty good teacher, too. Like when I'm having heart surgery or something, I don't want some guy who's never done it before. I want to be part of his experience, not part of his education.
Yeah, but you don't want somebody with no education, especially for a heart operation. I mean, it's not so bad with kidneys, because you got 2 of them.
You don't need education to be successful. Evel Knievel, he was rich and famous. He never had a college degree.
And he also broke every bone in his body.
And survived, huh? How many of your fancy lawyers could break every bone and live?
I know a lot of people who'd love to find out.
Just think, Dalton, though. If Evel had gotten himself an education instead of just jumping over buses in his Harley, he could have been president.
President Evel?
I think it just comes down to the person. A lot of people have had success with a lot of education. For me, I never had much, but hey, I've had a happy life, a fair bit of success, a little bit of wealth on me there, some self-esteem, and the respect of my friends.
You had?
Yeah.
And then you lost it all. Boy, you must be bitter.
How's school going this year, Harold?
Oh, great. Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Best year ever. Oh, yeah. Football team's even winning. Sure.
Oh, great. Sounds like you're doing pretty well then, eh?
Me? Oh, no, me, I'm just barely getting by. School's doing good, though. I thought you were asking about the school. School's doing good. I'm just, struggling by, as always.
Well, Harold, I would think you'd be real good in school, because you got the glasses and you're a real gomer at sports and stuff,
Yeah, I know. Yeah. You'd figure, But I'm doing okay in computers and geography. Yeah. It's my television class.
Oh.
We're supposed to make a TV show, right? So we each got a $100 budget. So I made an episode of the Red Green Show. Remember that extra one we made last fall? That one.
Oh, yeah. Well, how'd you do on that anyway?
I got a D. A D.
Wow.
Teacher wanted to know where I spent the other $90.
And where did you spend it?
I got this really cool computer game, Zortex. So cool. So cool.
Well, the town council gave us 4 weeks to tear down the school. We did her in 27 minutes. I tell you, first time I enjoyed going to the principal's office.
Uncle Red!
Yeah.
That was awful!
Oh, boy.
You weren't supposed to pulverize everything. The bricks could have been recycled.
Well, they still can, Harold. Just add water to the powder, you got clay.
Whoa, I feel like a man again! That was great!
Yeah.
Way better than marriage counseling.
Mike, you feeling okay?
Yeah?
No headache or anything?
No? I do not get you guys. You just tore down a whole part of your life. You're not the least bit upset about it. Can you not see that school was a part of each of you?
Well, I can see it was a part of Mike.
I mean, that place represents a time in your life when you were young and full of hope and promise. This is not a happy day. This is a sad day. And if you had any sensitivity at all, you'd be full of regret right now.
Harold, every time I see you, I'm full of regret.
Well, I mean, don't you regret things in life that didn't turn out? Like a marriage or a career or things you said? Or things you didn't say? Things you should have said but didn't because you're a man and you just sucked it up, so you missed the opportunity to tell your dad how much you admired him, or you missed a chance for him to tell you how proud he is of you. Things like that.
Harold. I just wanted to be hugged. But no, I had to settle for what I could get. It wasn't good enough for Daddy. I just wanted a little affection. He said I'd go blind.
Well, bad news. The high school reunion committee invited Roger Muggeridge and Stephanie Vandershovel. I mean, these two did so well in school, it'll make you want to barf, I'll tell you right now. I'm talking valedictorians and class president and cheerleader and captain of the football team. Unbelievable. They just didn't understand what high school is all about as far as that. Anyway, just when they graduated, they were voted the couple most likely to succeed, and they moved away, which was an excellent first step. But now they're coming back to the reunion, Mr. and Mrs. Perfect. Is that depressing enough? Already half the women have said they're not coming, and the other half are trying to figure out how to do a facelift with duct tape. Personally, I couldn't care less. You reading something funny there, Harold, or the medication kick in? What's going on?
Well, I'm reading a yearbook. I'm reading your yearbook. I got a picture of you back in high school. Look, that's you. That's you. You are completely gormless. You are without gorm. You, sir, are gorm-free. No wonder you grew a beard to hide that chin. And those teeth. Look at the teeth on this guy. You know who you look like? You look...
What? What do I look like, Harold? Don't.
I don't want to look like you.
You can throw the mirror.
I don't want to throw the
This attempt to save Possum Lake Schoolhouse from demolition has got me thinking about one of the main things that's wrong with the schools. Look at this desk. No wonder I spent so many years in grade 6. This desk isn't built for a 17-year-old kid. And what about the kid of today, huh? Where's he gonna put his computer? Up here? Don't think so. Or how about a semi-automatic? No way. So he ends up sitting there in school, bored out of his mind while he waits for recess. 6 hours of drudgery for 10 minutes of enjoyment. Sort of like a honeymoon. Well, I say you go into the playground there at the schoolyard, Take the swings down and bring them inside. Start making school fun for the kids. Well, this makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? Kid doesn't have to sit still, huh? You can move around, go over and get something from the cloakroom. Or go up and check what's on the blackboard. Or you can sneak up behind another kid and check his answers. And if the teacher says, come on up to the front of the class, well, hey, you don't have to wait. Oh, boy. All right, now, this gives me another idea. You're going to need some type of a flat surface to use as a desk. What about a door? More specifically, this door. Now, you're going to have to put longer ropes on the swing, and you're going to have to cut a square hole in the bottom of the door. I already made a pilot hole with my leg. So you take the extra ropes you've added to the swing, and you tie one to each side of the door. That way, the kid could be sitting there swinging his way through his ABCs. Suddenly, the teacher says, okay, time for desk work. No problem. And it's 100% adjustable to whatever height you want, depending on how much weight you put on the seat. You can even make yourself invisible. That way, you can make faces at the teacher. Finally, a desk that reflects the attitude of today's teenagers. So remember, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Or, on a hot summer's day, how about this? It's a nice breeze, but it smells funny. Stay.
You like some fun?
Ranger guard.
Fred!
Yeah.
Fred, come on in!
Yeah.
Come on in! You too, Harold. Come on, please. You're just in time.
What's going on here, Gord?
Well, my correspondent school is having a reunion today.
Where is everybody?
Well, it's a correspondence school, right? Everybody's where they've always been, at home. That's where we went to school, see? And I might say I think I've held out pretty well. I still have all my own hair. Did you see that?
Yeah, all right.
My good sports jacket still fits me. Oh, there's my old pen and pencil set. That brings back some memories.
Oh, for gosh sakes.
You know, if I was at a real school with real people, I bet they'd tease the heck out of me and how I never let anybody borrow these.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Gord, before we get too far into this, what can you tell me about catching fireflies?
Not too much, Red. Oh. But I know somebody who does. I know somebody who does. Wait. Yeah. There he is, Harry Wells. He majored in entomology.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Here's his address if you want.
Yeah, yeah.
He was the class clown, I remember. Oh, what a character. Whoa.
But Gord, you never met this guy.
No, but in my mind, I imagined that he was. There is Joanna Armstrong. Oh, I had a crush on her, something fierce.
Why don't you go tell her at the reunion? You know, the address is right there. Look, there we go.
No, that's just the address of the correspondence school.
Yeah, where everybody's meeting today for the reunion. You know, read what it says.
What?
Yeah. Oh.
No! No, I couldn't. I mean, it'd be dereliction of duty. I couldn't leave here.
Oh, sure. I'll tell you what. I'll cover for you for a day, won't you, Harold?
No! No. It's my duty. It makes me who I am.
Yeah, that's for sure, Gord.
Some punch? Harold, you want some punch?
By golly, you're not going to believe this, but we got our government check by return mail. They must be more disorganized than ever down there.
This is excellent. That means we're going to be stinking rich. Are we going to be stinking rich, Uncle Red?
Well, I don't know, Harold. I haven't opened it yet. Figured I'd save that for tonight's meeting.
Wow, this is exciting. This is history in the making.
Well, let's just see if you're an authority on history. 38. No, I don't believe that qualifies.
Well, everything is relative, isn't it, Uncle Red? 38, of course, wouldn't be bad considering some people got 12. Little trouble in school there, was there, Uncle Red?
Where'd you get that, Harold?
Grandma Green. She's got a whole stack of these. She's saving them up for the Guinness people. I never met anybody who failed art class before. Oh, way to go. Look at this. It's got your real name right at the top, right there. Oh. Well, I can see why you'll want to be called Red. That's way more better than this one. Explains the teacher's comments, though, why you got in so many fights. Oh, this is going to be great at the Possum meeting tonight. The guys are going to love to find out that Red Green's true name is...
Harold.
Oh. Perhaps we could work out some kind of trade? Oh, that's the cry of the possum. I gotta get down there. Hurry up, Uncle Red, and don't forget the check, okay?
Yeah. All right, Harold. Well, it's exciting. That's kind of our show for this time. So, if my wife is watching, I'll be coming home straight after the meeting, and I'll be bringing a big wad of cash. So, what do you say we go nuts, rent a movie, and ordering a pizza, maybe even tip the guy? Wealth means nothing without style. And for the rest of you, on behalf of myself and Harold and the whole gang up here at Possum Lodge, thanks for watching and keep your stick on the ice.
It's that time once again where we expose those three little words that men have such difficulty saying.
I don't know.
And here to prove that point is my Uncle Red and his best friend in the whole wide world. Okay, Mr. Dougie Franklin. Dear experts, I consider myself to be an above-average driver. However, the judge who took my license away suggested I may not be as good as I think I am. Exactly how do you tell if you're a bad driver or not?
Well, Dougie, this sounds like it'd be right dead center of your area expertise.
No kidding, Red. I mean, you want to know something about bad drivers? I am your man. I must run into one or two of those suckers head on once a month. Yeah, but listen, let's start in the very, very beginning where the problem lies. I blame it on your driver education system.
I'm with you there, Doug. I agree 100%.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, a kid spends 4 years in school learning how to control a pencil, which has no moving parts, goes about 1 mile an hour, and is not known to burst into flames when she rolls. What I'm saying here is we're not teaching our kids right. And how can we? You know, I mean, these teachers are talking theory. You want to know how to do something? Go to somebody who's been there. Go to hell and back and tell the story. Like my family, we have had every type of accident imaginable. We have had your head on, your rear ender, your side swipe, your rollover with a convertible, you name it. We have done them all. We should be teaching the kids. You put me, my brother, and my daddy in front of a classroom, and I guarantee you, you will bring down the number of bad drivers on the road.
Yeah, by 3. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Yes, dear. Yes. Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. 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 Well, all right. Bye. Yeah. Yeah. Bye. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Boy, Bernice is really getting carried away with this high school reunion, I'll tell you. She's getting her hair done over at Margot's house because she's got the Floby. And she's even going to get herself a new dress, a sleeveless number.
Woo! Want to show off her figure, eh?
No, the sleeves cost more. And she's not the only one getting spiffed up. Apparently, there's been a big run on the support hose and the girdles. The hardware store is completely sold out at this point.
Where are you going to get yours then, Uncle Red?
I don't need that stuff, Harold. I accept myself the way I am, and I welcome others to accept me the way I am.
Well, that's very healthy.
Yeah.
That's a very confident, healthy attitude.
No.
Especially from a man who wears a hat at all times to hide his bald spot. That's very healthy.
Not a bald spot, Harold. It's a solar panel for my electric personality.
Oh. Bald spot.
Harold, you only have so many male hormones. You want to use yours to grow hair? That's your business. How's like a bald spot where your nose used to be, Harold? So as I was saying, other than a little bit of thinning hair, I look pretty much exactly the same way I did when I graduated from high school.
Well, he should. It was only 6 years ago.
By golly, I'm looking face to face with the opportunity of a lifetime here this week. Buster Hatfield, about 3 months ago, bought himself a brand new 12-passenger van. And of course, it got repoed. But Buster has taken them to court on that one. He says that as far as he's concerned, the ad was very clear. It said, no money down, no interest, no payments, ever. Okay? And the judge says, yeah, there is a plan like that, but it's called Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, Uncle Red, that is like a really awesome van, too. If we had a van like that, I could drive all the cheerleaders to every football game, And who knows, maybe one day one of them might acknowledge my existence. Like in a positive way.
Well, Harold, I think I could get ourselves a real good deal on that unit. All I have to do is take over the payments.
Yeah, but Uncle Red, what if there's more owing on the van than it's worth?
Oh, come on now, Harold. You think a bank is going to lend somebody more money than they can pay back?
Yes. They do it all the time, but it's, for rich people in governments.
Right. But this is Buster, okay? Now, the whole thing comes down to the art of negotiation, which happens to be my specialty, Harold.
Oh, really? Oh. And how much did you pay for the Possum van?
Nothing, Harold. That was a gift from my parents for graduating from public school. That way, I wouldn't have to borrow my dad's car to drive to junior high.
Bit of a slow learner there, were we?
Well, it was a different world then, Harold. We had the chores and the harvest, and of course, billiards. Of course, all of us were in the same boat at that time, The youngest guy in my high school class was always the teacher.
You're truly amazing, Uncle Red. I mean, there you stand in this age of information with virtually no education. No insight, no special abilities, certainly no people skills. Basically an IQ about, room temperature. And there you stand, sir, and I say this to you, you are a tribute to the television standard.
Well, thank you, Harold.
You're welcome.
It's time for the Possum Lodge Working! Today's winner receives this coupon for one night stay at this area's only place that urges its guests to sleep in. The Possum Lake Bed and Lunch. It's okay to sleep late at Possum Lake. There's nothing to see anyway. Okay, cover your ears, Winston. Mr. Green, you got 30 seconds to get Winston to say this word. Star. Star.
Yeah, all right, Mike.
And go.
Okay, Winston, think of a celestial body.
Supermodel.
No. These come out after dark, and some of them aren't very bright.
Sure sounds like a supermodel.
Okay, this is something people like to watch at night.
The neighbor's window.
No, this is up in the sky, and it's on fire.
A guy with a gas barbecue.
Okay, no. If you wait long enough, you may see one of these shooting.
A postal worker.
Okay, listen. What do you have when you say rats backwards?
Dyslexia.
We're almost out of time, Mr. Green.
Yeah, okay. Listen, remember our science teacher? He got up in front of the class and he said, our son is actually
Adopted.
No, not that kind of sun, the one that shines.
Well, we all shine, Red. I mean, everybody's a star.
There we go.